Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we are continuing on in the first case of the game. Now last episode we reached an interesting point after we finally were able to get a little mini contradiction out from under the the ample hat of this witness. But I think that has finally opened the way for us to prove how she had a gun concealed. She had a freaking handbag, and everybody's just like, oh, okay, no big deal. No, y'all, come on now. Obviously, it's a big deal. So let's try to prove that right now. Okay, it's not the glass, obviously. Honestly, her taking the glass away is not a big deal. But the big deal is the handbag itself.
Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun.
Yes, good boy, Ryunosuke. I'm so proud of you. Yes.
But what she forgot to mention was her handbag, in which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun.
No, that moment did not need a play. It needed the full boom, okay? Ryunosuke, you're not there yet. Just a little further, we can push you into being a good ace attorney.
You're right. How could I have not realized this?
Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too. You could have at least helped him a little bit there, but you know what? Okay, fine. You're doing the typical mysterious mentor bit. I got it.
What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard?
It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will.
You can't seriously be suggesting.
Inspector Hosonaga,
Yes.
did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder?
No, sir, I did not.
As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag.
No!
Haha!
Order!
What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
The meaning of what, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Why can't you do your job properly, dang it?
Call him out, just like you got called out. Love it.
Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask.
Do you think so, Kazuma?
Uh-oh. Bruh.
Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police.
Are you accomplices or what? Like, at first I thought he was shady. Then I kind of was like, oh, maybe he's not that bad. But now I'm back to wondering about him. I don't know. I want to believe you're not the bad guy. I know she did it. I have a feeling in my gut she did it, but still, I just don't know how deep their connection is.
As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting, simply because it was unnecessary.
Wait, what do you mean?
Unnecessary? In what way?
I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about.
What? You're in the middle of a murder case and you forgot an important piece of evidence? What the hell?
This photographic print.
And how did the prosecutor not know about this? This is ridiculous. Mistrial. What? Are you telling me that the freaking handbag is supposedly see-through and that's why you just saw, oh, there's a glass there? Wait, what is that on his wrist? That was on the... Wasn't that on the plate? On the plate of steak? At least I thought I saw that symbol.
This print is of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting.
That still looks weird, like she could still have like an inner lining or inner pocket or something, you know?
As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag.
Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside.
Bruh, I'm still saying she hid the freaking gun in her hat or something. You don't necessarily need to have the gun inside the bag.
That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment.
So the contents are clearly visible.
Exactly, so there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious.
Ah!
As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhodo-san.
The fact that they both tilted their head at the same time is a little like, y'all are a little bit too in sync. I don't know.
Ah!
Oh, dramatic reaction there.
Order, order! Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once.
Certainly, Your Excellency.
Okay.
I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel.
No! Come on, buddy.
The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance, I am satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling.
No.
Indeed, and there is only one logical conclusion. That the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime.
Come on. Come on.
No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around, I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start.
Come on, Kazuma.
Kazuma.
Is he okay? What's going on?
I'm sorry, Ryunosuke.
Ugh.
Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue.
Oh no, don't give up, baby. Don't give up. We can do it.
What? You mean this is it?
I must say, you put up quite a fight for a rookie student. But the weak are meat, while the strong eat.
What the? Really?
You are wasting your time. There is no way to defeat true justice. A fact you can chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit? And Kazuma, his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Kazuma,
What?
is there really no chance now of turning this trial around?
You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph the detective produced that we can contest. Which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue.
But there is something.
Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling.
It seems we will be able to report to the British government on time after all.
That smug little. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, having considered all of the evidence placed before me. Oh, what the frick, man?
Yes! There we go.
Wait, Your Excellency.
Ryunosuke?
I don't think you can rule on this case yet.
This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the courtroom.
Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance,
I really like this pose, by the way. It's not as weird as that other thinking pose he has. I like this one a lot more. Oh, he looks so smart. My baby's growing before my eyes. Oh. Kazuma's gonna fall in love with him even more.
there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now, that means that if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail, I mean,
There we go.
then ruling on the case at this time would be out of the question.
This is blatant straw clutching. Look at this photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in question, and the dangling arm of the dead person, which has a little symbol on it, but that doesn't matter. There can be no problem with this evidence.
You better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke. I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny.
Come on, it's right there.
However, I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag.
Ha! My thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes.
Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it.
Considering it's on the hand. Ah, game, you're so funny.
Very well, I will grant the defense one final opportunity.
Now, before we do that, let me look at... Okay, not that one. Let's look at this one. Yeah, there's the symbol right there. Huh, how did that get imprinted on his wrist? The only way would be if, like, his wrist was pushed down really hard against it? That's weird. Okay.
What?
But be warned,
Oh my god, his gavel's huge! That's the biggest gavel I've ever seen in my life! Although his hands are huge too. Oh my gosh, he got those yaoi hands going on.
but be warned that if I am unsatisfied by your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Your Excellency.
So, take another look at the photographic print Inspector Hosonaga submitted before. You will identify for the court where in this print we see the significant detail to which you have alluded.
Okay. Alright, it's right here. Let's try to... Right there. Present.
Yes!
Look at this, here. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist.
That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a burn? How... Well, the plate might have been really hot. It's weird. But it must have been that his wrist was on the plate for a while for it to burn that deeply into his wrist, right? I don't know. Was it like his body was already dead, or... Weird. I'm just having all these thoughts in my head about it now. Ah, she's nervous now.
Objection!
Dear me, I was pondering what new piffle you would come out with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag.
Yes, that is a burn mark, you're right.
Go on, Inspector.
The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report.
What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we?
Yes, we do.
And no possible way of knowing either.
You're wrong.
The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark. However, as Prosecutor Ouchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn.
Ugh.
Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the Dean and other university staff.
She's trying to run away again, you guys. We cannot let her do that.
She would like to know if she may be excused from the stand now.
Oh, of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer.
No, Ouchie, stop.
I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
What's your thinking on this, Ryunosuke? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with the case?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging, in the hope that I might uncover something useful.
Yes, you're right.
I am?
If we can just link that burn to the case, if we can do that, we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again.
Just give up, Counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that.
Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture.
But if we had evidence? Evidence that irrefutably linked the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then you would allow it?
I would, yes.
To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face. Right? She was so obvious.
Really?
What happened to your power of observation? My voice went weird there.
I have to find some link between that burn and the case.
Deep breaths, buddy. Deep breaths.
This is the moment of truth. It's time to find some evidence that proves what that burn really means.
God, I'm so proud. I'm like 2 steps ahead of this game right now. I'm like, yes, I got this. Let's go.
So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates an inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial.
Obviously, it's gonna be the plate again. Wait, yeah, this one, because it has the close-up. So let's present.
Yes!
What's this, counsel? Yet another print?
Yes, Your Excellency. I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore.
Do hurry up, rookie. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further really would be quite inexcusable.
Ooh. Is it just me? Does the music sound a little different right now? Huh.
Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Brett.
Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna run away now, lady.
You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore.
What? How?
Objection!
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What is it in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn?
Okay. Let's try and get it, like, right there? Hopefully.
Yes!
The beefsteak?
Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on.
The plate. Oh! Oh!
Your Excellency, are you alright?
As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of Le Carnaval.
Ugh.
Ah, okay. Here we go.
This emblem on the plate. And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape.
Here we go. Oh, we're getting it. We're getting it now, you guys. I'm excited. Come on. I need her to start speaking their language, because I'm very sure she does. I need her to start, like, fighting back and show her true colors, because that's always fun.
Ah!
Ryunosuke, you genius. Ooh, his eyes look a little different right now, don't they? I don't know. He looks a little different to me right now, but oh, he's so happy. So proud of him.
You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
Here we go.
Objection!
But even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been the day before, or the day before that. It most likely happened at some other unrelated time.
Well,
Objection!
Sadly, Prosecutor Ouchie, The chances of that are extremely slim.
Thanks.
Why?
The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga?
Yeah, because it's really deep. And I think anybody getting, burnt, especially in that location, they would not just sit there and let the burn sink in that deep without reacting unless they were dead, you know?
I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
But,
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it is not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure.
That's like a second, third degree burn. That's like deep.
Can you be more specific, Inspector?
Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds,
Right?
It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then.
I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of Le Carnaval, I can testify to that without hesitation.
but you're a detective, not a waiter!
Shut up, fool.
Yes!
There you have it. Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that.
And yet, Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream. Not on that day, or any before it.
That's right. And the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either.
What are you suggesting?
Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day,
That would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel.
then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would, without any question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Huh? Well, yes, I suppose.
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream?
Ah,
I almost don't believe it. Ryunosuke, do you think?
Here we go.
Can it really be true? I never dreamt we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap.
Yes! Here we go. I'm so excited. Okay, guys. I feel like this is a good stopping place for this episode. Oh, we're so close to... I know this is the tipping point. This is it. The fact that he was already dead when he got burned makes me wonder then, when she shot him, was he already dead as well? Was he poisoned? Because she works in a lab and he's a doctor, and poison is an easy method that a lot of people use. It's such a boring murder, but you know, it has its pros and its cons, right? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. I mean, the only thing about the poisoning is that I don't know if back then the guy doing the autopsy, did he only just see the gunshot wound and just assume that was the cause of death, and they didn't have like better technology, better knowledge to determine, oh, actually he got shot after he was already dead. did they not see like any other signs of poisoning, like foaming at the mouth, or anything else that might have suggested it? So maybe it wasn't like a deadly poison. Maybe she put him to sleep and then shot him. Like, if he was drugged into unconsciousness, does that mean that that's why he was able to be burned and not react? Like, I feel like even if you're put into a deep sleep, if you're getting that kind of a burn, I feel like his body would have naturally reacted somehow. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just throwing my thoughts out there. But I'm really enjoying this, you guys. I'm excited. I feel like we're getting close to solving this, and I really want to hear her talking and see her reacting, so I'm excited. But thank you so much, and until next time, have a nice day. Adios!